So this is the first ever podcast, but it goes back a ways because we talked about it for a long time. So I gotta well, first I want to ask you, AJ, what is BulaSwammi? How many points did you score in high school?
Uh, Over 1,000. Unsure how many exactly. Played at two different high schools. One in Ashtabula, one in Eastlake.
That's a living legend.
The
So
Beulah
so
Swami,
if
the
you
name comes from being from Ashtabula, and the Swami, like Chris Berman back in the day,
yeah,
he used to predict the NFL games when gambling was taboo and you couldn't talk about the spread and you couldn't talk about that stuff. But I've been gambling that long and I'm not that old, so that's all you
you
need to
are very
know.
good at NFL games. Better at college football games, I would think.
College football, though, I'm ready for the Wednesday night Conference USA college football. I think that's our bread and butter. That's where we're going to make money. That's what we're going to do.
For sure. But baseball, I feel like we've had a good 2 year run in baseball too.
Yeah, talk
That's
a little
that's
bit
where I,
about your
that's where I live and
stats.
die because it's a daily habit. Then you just work it every day, every day, every day, little bit at a time. But it's not easy.
What do you have your stats on hand over the
I
last two
do
years?
actually. I do have my stats. So like we have on the season. So I didn't do like the last 30 days has been rough, but baseball wise, if you go back to so last year was 2025, right?
Yeah.
Let's see, MLB. This is where we came up with the idea for because it's like we pick the games every day. We might as well just put the picks out for free, right?
That's what we
You're either
need.
gonna bet them or you're not. I think the biggest thing that I hate about like all the content that's out there is like most people are just like gambling comes in, everybody's gambling, so everybody's every state's got gambling. So ESPN instead of being sports news becomes sports news and gambling, right? Like CBS sports news and gambling. But like everybody they put on that does picks, they're not really picking like to pick winners. They're trying to get one viral moment or like one hot take at a time. Like
Yeah,
they'll have a
and
girl
and,
be like,
and like
"Oh, so and so is going to win because blah blah blah." They're just trying to get that one hot take that they like can play on social. They're not handicappers. They're not like picking winners.
no, and rarely does someone do a straight up game like spread total.
It's all
That's where we
props.
live. Like, yeah, like they they're sponsored by the DraftKings and the FanDuel, so they want you to do the player props and like as I well as I do, like that's a long shot. So like the basis of what we do is spread total, just like our betting league for in the fall for college football and NFL. Same thing with baseball. Spread total, team total, old school bookie stuff, old school Vegas. The Westgate Superbook is still where we live, and that's
Like
still
true, yeah, the true degenerate stuff.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
they
like
got. I mean, like I even remember like going back into college, like everybody was betting. Like everybody bets. I always say that everybody bets, right? Like everybody bets. Like they say they don't, but everybody picks a winner. And like it just used to be like you could only pick winners. Like there were the bookies in college. I mean, there's so many kids they wouldn't even take totals or anything. It was just spreads. But like everybody's betting. Like,
you
but
couldn't you couldn't call
you
your
never,
local
nobody
barbershop.
ever thought to bet a fantasy prop. That's like a new age
No.
young man's thing. Like that's
And
not
and
right.
that's why the books are it's legalized and they're making more money than they ever have. Sports betting's up. Everyone's betting. You can get it in all 50 states in some capacity as long as you have like the Kalshis or the prop market or the trade markets. So like for what we're doing, like you could still go to the old school bookie and you could still get the line and get the total and that's all you have. You got to pay the juice as always, but I just that's where we live. We're not gonna give you any player props. Will I play a home run play once in a while? Yeah, if I'm up a little bit of money and I got house money, but I'm not building my bankroll with that. That's
Well, and the
not it's
goal
not
is
a
always to make
realistic
money.
thing.
So you'll bet what makes money. But I think at the end of the day, like when people go out, they go to the sports bar, they want to know who's going to win. Who do you think's going to win? Nobody says, "Hey, who do you think is going to get the first hit tonight?" Right? Like nobody's asking that. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Who's going to win the championship? Who's going to win the game? Like that's what it's all about. But I do love gambling. I'm not gonna lie because I think it's just it's entertaining. But the baseball is interesting because we got our clock cleaned in college football. What's that? What's the one we did? The Super Vegas.
Oh, yeah, super contest, college football
But
super contest.
but we did only one entry.
Correct.
Like the guys that win it, they had like 6, 7 entries. So it's just like a lottery. They're just picking
And
raffle
honestly,
tickets.
a team effort, is hard. We were split a lot of weeks, a lot of ways that we didn't really come together on a total card. We would take a couple from you, a couple from me, and just kind of just adjust and take it. Where I think this year, like moving forward, like more synergy as a team and more like we weren't even talking about it as much. Like we were just, what's your picks on Friday morning, and we would get them in, and
Yeah.
I think more thought into it. And like that sounds crazy because you're wasting money, but at that time we didn't. But we're we got our money spread around. We're in our own league. We play
I
in other
don't.
guys' leagues.
Yeah.
I
I don't.
finished
I don't look at it as a waste though, because honestly, I think I told you this. It saved me money because I would have bet all those games, and the weeks we had bad weeks, I would
100%.
have lost all that money. I would have lost more in that than the one entry cost a couple $100 to enter those things. But
I came
you're
in. I came in second in a league with over 300 guys, 15 picks against the spread a week, college NFL. No matter what, you got to pick 15. Came in second with a pretty good record. Now you're going to make me have to pull this up here, and now I'm
It's
really
hard though
interested.
because you got to pick everything, right? I don't know if that's
100%.
harder or easier. Most people can't pick everything every day because if you're betting everything every day, you need an insane bankroll. But sometimes it's easier to pick everything because if you're instead of saying, "Hey, what's your one lock?" Like the one lock becomes tricky because you might bet 15 games and go, 9-6 and you win money,
Yeah,
whereas you pick
100 and,
one, you go
147
0-1.
and 123
Yeah,
for
that's good.
54.4%. Yeah, I mean that's picking games you don't even want to bet on. You don't even want to pick. At a certain point, you don't even want to do all that. And then circling back to our own league, 60 and 66 for 70 points,
Yeah.
10 key bet wins. So over 18 weeks, you go 10-8 on your five diamond play, as we call it. And then Johnny Weekend had a tough weekend.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, that
it
was.
was, at some point it gets to the point too where it's like you're betting in the league versus your bets you're making with the sports books online. It's like you have to have some variance, right? Because you want to win something. So
Right.
sometimes you get caught up in like you just are picking games that you're not going to bet, or you're picking the opposite of what you bet just to try to like win a league. That's where like I hate it that there's so many entries in these things, but this is a contest. I did pull up the baseball, so I feel like the problem happened because we got too hot in baseball, and it's like nobody does baseball well. Everybody's doing football, and nobody's doing baseball,
Right.
or nobody's doing college basketball like we are daily, daily, daily. And so we just got to get the picks out there. Whether people play them or not, that's up to them. But no fools are going to watch this anyways. The baseball last year was total on the season. I did slow down at the end. I stopped kind of the volume, but 178, 141, and 3, which was good for 55.8%, which, you know, not the greatest in the world, but I bet it's a hell of a lot better than a lot
Yeah.
of experts. But the first couple months of the season were just absolutely on fire. It was 26 and 20, 54 and 31, 50 and 38. That was April, May, June. This year, so far in the season, 162 and 118 for 57.9%. Now that doesn't include July yet, and July's been below 50%. But I still like where we're at. We're going to be above 50% on the season again. And I just look at overs, unders for the game. Like you said, team total maybe, and handicaps, and it's pretty simple. So we should rip some picks.
All right. So I am jumping back on the bandwagon. Just did a little quick research here. I had the Dodgers last night as dogs. They've been dogs 4 times this year. They're 3-1 as a dog. They're in Philadelphia tonight. Not a great showing last night. I think they're going to bounce back. I think they have the best bats in the league. Top 3, arguably best bats in the league. They're World Series favorites. I'm jumping back in. I'm on the Dodgers as a dog. They're 3-1 as dogs this year. Like I said, that's just something that that's a
They're a
system
dog
play for
again.
me. Yeah, they
Yeah.
are a dog. They're a dog. So you could get plus
Plus
money.
100.
I actually locked in a little bit earlier here.
Oh, good.
I think I got plus 108 on the Dodgers. I got plus 108
That's great.
and I'll tell you what book I got that on. I got that on Score Bet plus 108.
I mean, they're the consensus World Series favorite everywhere still. So, I mean, when you get them at an underdog, you might as well just play it blindly. They did score some runs last night when it all came, but they gave up a crap ton of runs.
Yeah.
I was disappointed.
And it's a pitcher's duel tonight. Both guys, sub 2.2 ERA, I think 2.3 ERA. Best guys on the mound. That's what you want in a primetime game. Excuse
Bless
me.
you.
But so like it's pitcher's duel, but I think the best bats win. I don't see them getting almost starting of a sweep by the Phillies. So
I definitely
they
support
dropped the
that.
first. Phillies
have been a great story this year. They were dead in the water, and then they make the manager change, and now they're a legit NL pennant contender. But I do like the Dodgers because I think I said this to you yesterday. I was like, they are on the road, but they went from New York to Philly. They did okay in New York. I don't think being on the road hurts them as much as maybe the books are making it. So I like that. I support that play for sure.
Yeah.
That's
What
a that's
what
a
else are
and
you
this,
on?
these are the East Coast games, so that's a 640. Anything else that jumps out at you that you love?
Yeah, Tampa Bay. Not as a dog, but as a short price. Rasmussen's going 3.2 ERA, and he's taking on Gaussman, who has had a down year. Blue Jays probably want to be in a better spot right now. The Rays have been very kind to us. We have made a ton of money on the Rays, and we're just going to keep going back. That's kind of something.
You
As a
also
trend
swore
you'll
them
see.
off though.
Yeah,
You put them in the graveyard.
I did, but they've made us more
Yeah,
money
they
than
did.
we've lost. We've come back.
Hot,
but,
cold, hot. So
they're definitely picking it up. Again, short price. Not
I love that. I love the Rays also. The Blue Jays are a big disappointment all year. I think. I mean, from World Series to just absolutely mediocre at best.
right.
I I love the blue. I love the pick against the Blue Jays. I love the Rays. Support that completely. The Blue Jays are hitting lifetime only 232 off of Rasmussen, so that's pretty solid.
Yeah, I like that. I don't mind that at
Let's see
all.
what else we got here. So those are both early games. Anything else?
Another one that stood out to me, and this is just a system play. Got a friend who's a well-known mush. He'll be boots on the ground in Boston tonight during the win streak. So there's only one man that can mush the win streak in Boston. Friend of ours, friend of mine, and he's in Boston. Can they keep the streak alive against almost a 500 ball club in Baltimore? I'm just going system play. There's a mush on the ground. He's there. First ever Red Sox game. I'm going Baltimore.
Is there anything better than gambling on games and having someone on the inside? Like, is there anything better?
Yeah. I mean, I was just at a game the other day, and we bet on it, and I'm ready to charge the field because it's not going our way immediately, and it just didn't. And that's another thing about these podcasts, right? Like everyone wins, everyone says they win, no one will talk about the losses. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're gonna have little stretches here and there where you're gonna get your ass kicked, and that's life, that's gambling. Just gamble responsibly, right?
Well, the best thing about it is like we use action. I like action. That tracks everything.
Yeah, it tells you
Put
where
your
you're at,
just
tells
put
you
your
what you're
shit.
doing.
Just put. It's like I'm a big golfer. It's like in golf. Like it's the age old argument in golf, handicap, right? Guys bitch and complain about sandbagging on the handicap, not putting your scores line. If you just log all your scores, there's nothing to argue about. It is what it is. It is what it is. So you put the picks in. Like all these guys are con artists. So again, it's content, right?
Yeah,
Like
100%.
and like the other thing is like we're giving out the picks for free. I have no reason to charge somebody for my picks right now.
No. Hand-
Let's see any other early games. I like the Braves. Don't love it, but I like the Braves. Those are all early games. So that's pretty much covers everything that's at like 7:15 or earlier. Guardians,
Yeah,
Twins,
yeah. I
garbage.
I would I would probably I actually did not handicap this, but I actually don't mind taking the Cubs here. I know they have like a lesser pitcher on the mound, but just the Tigers bats and just this division in general. We're Cleveland guys, right? We follow that
Yeah.
division a little bit more. I think that's kind of like something that we follow, and they've been disappointing, and that's kind of what we're going with there. So I would actually jump on the Cubs, even though Peterson has a sky high ERA there.
Got it. Cubs, Baltimore, Tampa, Dodgers.
Do you like the Braves? You're a
I,
Braves
I, I
better.
do I do like the Braves because I don't like the Padres. I think in a general sense, like the Braves are very lackluster right now. They've faded pretty hard. Their bats haven't been great. Um I mean, they're playing, you know, 500 or so baseball lately, but I mean, when you look at the two lineups, it's they're playing at home. Walker Bueller does not do much for me, so
No, yeah,
I would take the Braves at
it's
home. The
a
problem is,
little bit of a
but
steep
it's all
price. What is
pricing.
it, 160?
It's all pricing. Yeah, it's such a big number. It's
Yeah,
like at that point, like do you how good do you actually feel about it? I don't know. I mean, I still would take the Braves. I think that Bueller, he's got 5.36 ERA on one of the worst teams. One of the worst teams in their division.
hmm
So I mean, I would take the Braves for sure. It wouldn't be like something I'd be begging to bet, but I'm gonna put it down as a pick. I said it, definitely a pick. The other games that I have to bet on the Diamondbacks tonight because they screwed me last night. I
I
literally
had that
told
I had that circled here.
I think people from Vegas were calling me because I called it. I used the L word, and so I got a lot of people on my butt right now. So I got to come back with them. But I just the Diamondbacks. If you look at their how they play at home and how they play on the road, it's completely different. At home, they're great. On the road, they stink. The A's. I mean, dude. I mean, what are they playing for? They can't
And
wait to get a
their
new stadium.
pitching top to bottom is just not even up to snuff, especially with the Diamondbacks bats. So
Yeah,
I
I'm trying to
fully
get.
expect something after that tough loss last night where
Yeah,
we had the team total was a
yeah.
lock, which ended up
See,
not hitting.
and they were huge favorites last night. Tonight they're only -137 is what I would see. Best one -134, 135. So like you're getting like a home team that's 7 or 8 games better in the win column. Uh, they're pitching the A's are pitching Perkins 6.47 ERA. Like, how do you not love the Diamondbacks? It might be a bullpen game for them. I don't know. The guy that's pitching, I don't know if uh he hasn't pitched yet this year, I don't think. Call up or a bullpen guy, I don't know. I'll have to check into that. But it really doesn't matter because they should just outduke them. I love the team total again. Arizona team total is probably 4.5, over 4.5, and I'm gonna take the Diamondbacks money line.
Okay, so you're going 4.5 and money line. It's two
Yeah.
separate plays.
Yep.
What
Yep.
about I eyed Washington team total just because they're in
Yeah, I
Colorado.
love that. Over?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
6.5. You got to get there. I haven't found a good number on I haven't found any 5.5s.
What's the
Let
game
me.
total? Do you have that?
It's 13.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a high number. I remember that off the top of my head. Let me pull it up here. I know I wanted it. Um, you know, yeah. So the best you're gonna get right now is Washington over 6.5, and that's -112 on Bally Bet. That's not exactly a great number. Do I think that they should come in and hit the ball? Yeah, I mean it's Colorado, worst team in the league, pitcher with almost a 7 ERA. I think that's kind of like a bread and butter play. Even though like it's the big number. I'm going to lay it, and then we'll just kind of we'll see what happens. We'll live and die with it. And I actually need to get into my action app so we could track all these now.
How bad is the both teams right now are minus money to win the game outright?
Yeah,
Like they're
there's a
just
couple games like that tonight. I think
two bad teams, and you can't get plus money in either.
yeah, I'm kind of upset that I can't get this. I wish I could get a five and a half
yeah,
minus
the pitching
130.
matchup is couldn't be more lackluster.
Yeah,
Lorenzen
I'm gonna
6.22,
dial this in here.
Palmquist 6.52 ERA. I mean, last night, obviously in Coors.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find the result of last night, but you got again just two bad pitchers. Might as well root for runs. I'm not opposed to the game over either. Could be a bloodbath.
Yeah. Both, like you said, both pitchers, 13. That's a pretty decent number for Colorado. It's not the best. I am currently
10
locking
runs
in.
last night. Washington won 7-3.
Yep. So I like Washington. Team total.
You go back to they went 13 runs on game 1, 11 or 15 runs in game 2, 10 last night. I'm gonna ride with the game over. I support both the team and the game over. I'm gonna ride the game over.
Okay. I don't mind that one.
I like that. Anything else that you love? I mean, it's Tuesday.
No, yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to
are-
get too heavy. I don't want to burn the bankroll too early in the week. I'm going back to like you said, going back to the well in the Diamondbacks, going back to the well in the Dodgers. Baseball is a tricky sport, but we bet it every day. We got to ride the highs and the lows, and that's kind of what we're gonna do.
That's like my cholesterol right now, dude. I got issues. My I went to my doctor. I've been like, dude, I was like 42 is real, right? And I'm like, I was at the doctor earlier today, so I couldn't. You hit me up, and I couldn't get back to you. I forgot I had a doctor's appointment. Dude, I can't. I'm like sitting there. I haven't had a physical in like probably 14 years. I'd say I literally couldn't even tell him the last time. I was like, I know it's been more than a decade since I had a physical, but like I keep getting my blood drawn, high cholesterol. Don't want to take pills. Feel like I'm too young to take pills. So I asked him. I said, like, what can I do? He's like, do you drink? I was like, yeah. Do you smoke? I was like, yeah. He's like, tell me about what you like to eat. I was telling him. He's like, I mean, like you look at it. He's just like, dude, you
Yeah, you got to chill out if you want to make it here.
Yeah, I was like, all right, yeah. But it's golf season, I'm in mid golf league mode. So, I wanted to ask you though, like, what's going on with the cooler, the
What
Gatorade cooler?
I gotta come get it. I mean,
know.
What
are you gonna do with it though?
There's a distance. I mean, it's for travel baseball. That's where we're at. That's what we're dialed into.
I saw news article today, Twitter. They said that a dad in Ohio got pissed off and was telling everybody he had to pay $290 for him and his wife to watch his daughter play this weekend at AAU. $290.
No, yeah, we gotta win some bets. First off, I gotta come up off the travel baseball money. I think tomorrow. So this is a huge, massive slate for us. If this doesn't pan out, we might be going back to Little League.
Honestly, like yesterday is bad. Like yesterday is bad, but I think the way we're rolling here is good. I like the momentum. Dodgers, Tampa, Baltimore, Cubs, Arizona team over, Nationals over, Nationals Rockies game over.
Okay.
Is that it?
So those are your official plays. Do you want to go through and grade them on your grading system?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So I like it's like a one. It's like you got. When you look at this, you gotta just bet within your bankroll. So, if you're betting $1 or you're betting $1,000, it doesn't matter what you bet, but you got to be smart. I always say like 1 star is like if you just gave everybody the card and I had to pick every game. Like I got to make a pick for every game anyways. Like it's
Right.
1 star, but it's basically like it's like a coin flip. That's my lowest. That's just like if you tell me I gotta pick a pick. That's my pick. 2 star, 3 star, 4 star. I'd say you get up to 5 star, you're close to like 2 units. So you start with one, you get two, and then we got the diamond plays. We got the diamond plays, which is even better than the star plays. So five diamond, five diamonds guy on the inside. He's got a lead pipe and he's got Nancy Kerrigan's knee in his fucking palm. That's a five diamond. Like she's not winning tonight.
Right. We
I'd say
that we don't really have those in baseball.
well we don't talk about it. You can have them. Why can't you have them?
I mean, I'm just saying like off past references.
What about the tribe's closer? He was a five diamond. Five
Yeah.
diamond prop guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's a little different if you got the inside info. If anyone has inside info, I'd love to get a part of be a part
That's
of it.
that's what we're talking about. We don't say the word inside info though. That's just five diamond play. Okay, so yeah, I mean like, I was so sure of this last night. I'm just gonna run it right back. I out of my picks, I like the Diamondbacks to win. That's my favorite play of the night. I would say that's my 2 diamond play of the night. They're not losing 2 times in a row at home to these bumski A's. It's not happening.
Right.
I would say my second favorite play would be Tampa Bay. I know they've been again up down, but I love the matchup that they have tonight. I love the matchup they have. So that would be like my 5 star play. From there, I mean, you said Baltimore. You said you had boots on the ground. I mean, that's got to be for
Yeah,
something.
yeah. I mean, it's still very, that I mean, that's just a play. That's just a system play. To me, that's like a 2 star. For me, I'm going, I love Arizona money line with you. I think that's kind of like our team ride play of the day. That'd be like a 2 diamond for me. Washington over 6.5 would go 1 diamond. I'd go Cubs 3 star, Baltimore 3 star, Tampa 3 star, Dodgers. I think I'm going to upgrade that to a 1 diamond. I just don't see them losing 2 in a row. I know the travel and all that, but they've been out here. You touched on that earlier in this week. Dodgers have been out on the East Coast. They're here, so that's not an issue. So I think they're going to be ready to play tonight. The bats are going to wake up, and that's kind of where we're going to be at with that.
All right, I'm gonna recap it down the way. So we're gonna go Diamondbacks, Dodgers, Tampa, Nationals over, Baltimore, Cubs. Pretty much in that order is our top to bottom, right?
Right.
You got to play all of them or play none of them. Don't give me this. I played one and you lost. You stupid. You fucking. And you either play all of them or you play none of them. That's
They're
the
all
only way you
they've
get
already
ahead.
been bet. They've all been bet.
Yeah, you play all of them or you play none of them. I hate that. Like my buddy's always like, he's my best friend. He's a great dude. He's an awful gambler. He thinks he's good at gambling, but he'll always be like, "What do you pick?" I'm like, "I'm hot. I'm hot." And he's like, he'll give him like 3, 4 games, and he'll bet like one of them on like a teaser, and it won't hit. And he's like busting my balls. I'm like, dude, like I told you, you bet all of them. You go 3-1, doesn't hit. All right, I gotta. So give me your. I don't know if you looked at this yet, but give me your just lock of the week 0, and NCAA off the cuff.
TCU to beat North Carolina in Ireland. That's already been marked down. That's on my schedule. That's my pick. That's my lock. 100%, no doubt about it.
What is there a line yet?
Yeah, there's definitely a line. I gotta get my eye on that though. Let me see here.
Do you think that's going to be the most watched game? Like the most talked about, most watched game of the weekend?
Yeah, that's that noon from Ireland. Like that's 100%. Like that's people watch that game. Last year was that Georgia Tech. That was Georgia Tech, right?
Yeah, I think they're playing again week 0. They might be my lock of the week.
You're getting TCU minus 6.5 on MGM right now. So TCU by a score. I don't think Belichick has it figured it out. I think he's definitely just going to be a guy who, it's always going to go bad there. I think it's past his time. He's not a college coach. He's a pro coach, and I think TCU, decent program, just going to outclass them. Also, you can get. Oh wait, that's a different. What else we got? USC 35.5. I'd probably just avoid that. Maybe like a team total. If they're feeling good offensively. Let me see here if we can get something on that.
What's the date of week 0?
August 29th.
Okay, so Georgia Tech does not play week 0. That's my favorite first bet of the year. They play in Atlanta against Colorado, but it's the Thursday after. It's the Thursday after week 0. Night game.
Okay.
I think Colorado's going to be way down. But we shall see.
Actually, they don't have a team total yet. Game total's 55.5. If you can catch that, it's actually up to 58.5 now. So it's caught some crazy movement here in the last couple days. I'd bet 58.5.
Which game?
USC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
there's some good games.
They're going to score. They might score 50 on their own.
Yeah, there's some great games. The whole thing is, you gotta get in early. You gotta look at the rosters, the transfer portal. I mean, there's so much going on now. Like,
yeah,
it's hard.
I got to get my Phil Steele. I haven't got it yet. I got to get the Phil Steele.
I'm right down the street from Phil Steele right now. I'm in Westlake.
He's the guy.
Right down the road. I know exactly where he's at. I can go.
He's every gambler's favorite person.
I'm gonna slip him our business card. I'll say, hey, watch the show. We'll get him on the pod.
Now you get people to pay attention.
We'll get him on the pod. I think we can rip this every day though. Baseball
100%.
daily. This was long. We don't have to go long. We can rip baseball easy.
Yeah, I could go quicker. It was the first one. It was a good try. It was a we're checking it out.
Yeah, stop talking. I like your little microphone setup.
Hey, the professionalism. That gives you a long way.
I gotta get one.
That's how you win bets. All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Lock it in on action.
It's locked in on action.
What's your action handle? Do you know what it is?
I believe it's BulaSwammi. My username is
Perfect.
BulaSwammi.
Yep.
And that's
I'm
our
pretty
action.
confident mine is Johnny Weekend.
It is. So.
And I post the pics on Instagram always.
Okay, perfect. Make sure you follow Johnny Weekend.
Average Johnny Weekend. We're gonna get the followers up. We're at like 10.
Yeah, we'll get it going.
What I love about that is I'm able to make it my I say the stuff that I always want to post but didn't post because like too many my wife will say this or that everything that's going on in my brain that I want to like post, but you got your professional one for your your teaching job and you got one for your degenerate life.
right.
It's like the greatest because the algorithm is so much better on the meme account than it is on my real one. Like I get so much better random suggested for you stuff. It's classic.
Yeah,
it's just all the shit that it's like going back to being a kid again. It's like
chronically online.
It's like 1996, 1997. It's like Tribe 95, like Sandy Alomar home run 97 All-Star game stuff. Like it's just like, dude, 90s shit. Like the 90s, nobody ever gets sick of the 90s. Like the 90s stuff never it always wins out because there was no social media yet. The internet just came out in like 99. Like nobody had internet. Like it's the last real era.
For sure. All right.
We'll see what we get. We got to figure out how to post this to YouTube.
All right, great. All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
Win some games.